Raiders. We're going to see about this double Sacred Shard event right now. We're going to do a couple pulls. I don't need to. I'm done with the Heroes Path, but I want to for some good content. I got 16 Sacreds, so I'm going to. That's basically what's about to happen here. I do want the new champions pretty badly. I lost the. Do I still keep the? I have like the 1,000,000% chance for Palace here, but I am going to do the double legendary pull chance. That's what we're going to do in today's video. But first, this is the best time literally ever to get raid. First of all, if you want to, I can't, I used a promo code. But if you want to use a promo code, all you do is hit raid 7, and you're going to start with the current fusion. If you start a new account and you use raid 7, you're going to start with Pelops the Victor. Pelops the Victor gives you a big old shield. That's going to be absolutely amazing to start with. The double damage, everything cooks. You're also, just by starting right now, because we're still in the last little bit of the Assassin's Creed, you're getting Ezio Amore. It's not his last name, it's Auditore, but he's Ezio Amore in my heart. And Ezio's this really, really great. He's got decreased defense, he's got poison sensitivity and big poisons, poison activation, remove debuffs, all sorts of good stuff in his kit. These are two legendaries you're getting for free. But if you start with my account at epyre.com, epyre.com/snap, you're also going to get one of the best legendaries they've ever given to start the game. It's Narma the Return. You're going to get Narma the Return completely for free at epyre.com/snap. And then you'll also get Ezio. Then you're going to use that code in the first 24 hours. You're going to get Pelops the Victor. And you're just going to have 3 ridiculous champions that go ridiculously well together. We've got an activator, right? We've got double activator, poison sensitivity, poison activation, decrease attack on this champion, some leech for extra survivability, a little bit of increasing duration of debuffs, some less damage. We're also going to get you, at once you hit level 10 with my account, Venomage, level 20 Seeker, and level 30 Tyrell. So when you combine the Venomage in particular with the Seeker, with the Narma, with the speed lead that is Ezio, with the shield that is what's his name? Pelops, you are really, really cooking with gas as far as things go. So after last video, I did pull 10 more of our ancient shard, and I hit the triple legendary. So let's take a quick look at what I got there. Let's just hit Legos, and we got to include reserve vault, and these should be some low rankings. I got Bigun. Bigun sucks. He doesn't suck. That's not fair. He's totally fine. He is a attack while enemy. Attacks while enemies one time if the attack is critical, so it's a double attacker. If basically attack the group, it's going to be 100% crit rate. Then he's got attacks all enemies, 30% chance of stun, and we can make that a 50% chance of stun, and a decreased accuracy for 2 turns, whatever. It's an all attack that hits reasonably hard. And then attacks all enemies 2 times, decreasing turn meter 25%, and has a 30% chance of 30% decreased speed for 2 turns. He is utterly mid. He is one of the original Legos in the game, and he's nothing special. The other one we got is Jag Bonesaw, someone I'm far more likely to build, largely because my orcs are terrible. I got a Jag has a steals turn meter, 25% chance of just attacking twice. Nothing amazing, but not terrible. Does decent damage. He's got a lovely debuff spread for 2 debuffs on this attack one enemy 2 times, which is again not bad. Before attacking, transfers all debuffs from the champion to the target and does extra damage for that. Again, not bad, nothing amazing, right? Gets rid of his own debuffs with his A2, although obviously like there's problems with that. Attacks enemies before attacking, removes all buffs from all enemies. This is the money skill, by the way. Damage increases 5% for each buff removed, so you take him into content where enemies have lots of buffs, and on a 4-turn cooldown, he removes all their buffs and hits them real hard. This gives a turn meter fill, and then he's just got a casual at the start of the turn, he gets a 50% increase accuracy and 30% increase crit damage, which is nice. At the end of the turn, he gets a 30% increase crit rate debuff and 20% crit damage debuff on the enemy with the highest crit damage for 1 turn. So, like, he's good, right? Like, he's a very good hero, but nothing amazing. In that same 10 pull, however, I did get one more champion who I'm already building because Varenlika, Vanalicia Thrall Mother is my last champion, and I think she's amazing. I'm already building her. And now I'm going to ask you in the comments, and I'm going to do some kind of giveaway for this. So answering in the comments will benefit you, but we're going to do some kind of giveaway, and you're going to help me figure out what to build. So fills the champion turn meter by 20% whenever an ally dies. Heals the champion 20% of their max HP whenever they're attacked by an enemy under Pain Link. So Pain Link is the and places a Pain Link on enemies who deal 25% more of an ally's max HP with a single skill. So great. So it's turn meter when enemy dies, and then heals whenever anyone attacks when your ally's hard, which is really nice. The A1 is a triple hitter, which is great, with the 20% weaken for 2 turns. 2-turn weaken is nice, but nothing special. This is where we start to get to the money. These 2 skills: attacks all enemies before attack, removes all buffs from all enemies, has a block buffs, and decreased defense for 2 turns. On a 3-turn, that's ridiculous. That's a block bust for 2 out of 3 turns. Hello, Iron Twins, with Mad Hatter no longer being concerned. I use Mad Hatter. I have the permanent decreased debuffs. Iron Twins no longer a threat with that in tow, because Iron Twins does not especially like that'll block the blah, blah, blah. That'll block the whatchamacallit. Oh no, it's a block buffs on all enemies. No, it doesn't do the Iron Twins thing. Sorry, it blocks buff on all enemies. So it's a Hydra skill. Okay, so it stops Hydra BS. Fine, fine, fine. And then we have a revive at a 50-50. If she's the last one alive, it's a 75-75. And it's also going to increase the cooldown of all enemy skills by 2 turns, which is really, really nice. So I now have 3 champions that are very, very similar. She's a reviver that does block buffs and decreased defense. Then I'm currently building Kaja the Rai. Kaja the Rai is a reviver, right? Who teams up with Timid, who I have, and does some cool stuff with Timid, who has a little bit of extra healing, and it removes 2 random debuffs from each ally, and then places a block debuffs on allies. So it blocks debuff on allies for 1 turn, right? So okay, like we have Kaja, and these are reasonably similar champions, right? We also, not knowing these would be our next 2 pulls, we also recently fused, if I can find her, we also recently fused Noldwa. So Noldwa is you guessed it, reviver at a 50-50 with a max HP shield for 2 turns, who also has a remove all buffs from all enemies, 100% just like everyone else, once booked, and 6% decreased defense buff for 2 turns. We don't have Solinar. And then we have a much better A1 than the others at Enfeeble, and a turn meter effects are 30% less effective. Again, we don't have Solinar. So I don't think I need all 3 of these built. Timid and Kaja seem like a safe build. I'm sort of going to build Varen Leak at least to 50 and get her some masteries. And I have Noldwa at 660, but like, which of these 3 do you think is the best for my account? I'm not 100% sure. I'm leaning toward the Thrall Mother right now because she's, for whatever reason, um, just a little bit better, just a little bit better into Hydra, but like these are very, very, very similar champions, and that's where we're landing. All right, enough preamble. Don't forget epire.com/snap. I gotta do my whatchamacallit, my classic arena takedown to get my next. I'm getting my pill-ups too. I want to start a free-to-play, y'all. It's so good right now, but I just don't have time to run this account and another. So, all right, we're even though we're done, we're gonna pull. We are going to grab our lovely pill-ups the Victor, and then we're gonna throw in a Taragi the Frog because I don't have Taragi. Let's go. We're summoning. We're gonna summon, I think, 7. 7 is my lucky number. We're going 7. We get a Ursine Ice Crusher, who I don't have. Good for you, Ursine Ice Crusher. That's a nothing of a epic. We get a Mausoleum Mage. Well, I'm powering up my Mausoleum Mage. Mausoleum Mage is one of the most slept on epics in the entire game, by the way. 30% increased crit rate buff and 6% increase defense. But what it really does here is it also plays a block debuffs for 1 turn. That's really nice on a 3-turn. Removes all debuffs from all allies and heals by 10% of this champion's max HP. Further 10% if 1 or more debuffs are from that ally. 20% heal is pretty nice, and we get that heal buffed up there. So I'm going to use that as a nice empower on my Mausoleum Mage, who I do have at 660. We continue on. We get another epic. We are 3 epics in. Hey, there's Taragi, who I've wanted for a real long time, and now I'm pretty satisfied with no matter how this goes. What Taragi's real use is where is it? The passive. He places a 50% chance of a 5% poison on whoever attacks him whenever he's attacked, once per hit. So that's really, really solid. Decreased attack is nice. HP hero is nice. 50% provoke on a 3-turn is pretty solid. If the enemy is debuffed, on the enemy team, we can increase that chance. And then we get a shield with 15% HP, ally protection on all allies except the champ for 2 turns, heals the champ by 20% max HP and 30% reflect damage, and heal increases 2.5% for each poison on the enemy team. So it goes ridiculously well with other poisoners. Just overall, really, really solid champ that I'm happy to have, that I will build at some point. Only 3 more pulls in this video. I'm not wasting all my sacreds. I want to save a bunch for later. We are at a Gorgorab. I think Gorgorab's decent. I don't remember what Gorgorab does. removes one random buff, not terrible. Fills turn meter of all allies by 50%, 50% increased attack buff, whatever. Revives dead allies with 25%, heals by 25%. This is kind of junk. Don't care about Gorgrab. Speed in arena is nice, I guess. Whatever. We'd really like to hit our thingy-majig. We do not. We get a Chancellor Yasmin. Oh, here we go. Here's our double Leggo. We get a... Ooh. We got our double Leggo. We hit our double Leggo. We have a Cracklin the Blackened. I have no idea who this is. 80% chance of 100% heal reduction. Not bad. I'm always happy to have an extra heal reduction. While we're here, I'm gonna start hitting Hell Hades and hit this champion so we can take a look at how good he is too. According to Hell Hades, what's this fool's name? This is Cracklin. Cracklin's a pretty good name. Cracklin. Cracklin is a 3.5 star, 5 into Amius because he reduces heal. Okay, whatever. I'll build him for occasional Curse City. Has 7% chance of a 50% decreased accuracy, 25% weaken, and increased duration of all continuous heal. Okay. Places 30% reflect damage and a continuous heal for 2 turns, and we can make that a 3 turn with this, right? Not terrible. Restores 50% of allies destroyed HP, doesn't matter. Whenever continuous heal is activated an ally, 20% chance to restoration of all debuffs on it. But not terrible. Not an amazing chat, but not terrible. We also got Vestel Riverthorn, and I believe Vestel is insane, but I could be wrong. Let's check. Vestel? Vestel is only 4 stars here on Hell Hades. I thought Vestel was better. Am I making that up? Ayumi Love Raid? Does Ayumi Love have Vestel as insane, or am I getting my champions mixed up? He looks like what? Tier list. There we go. I clicked the wrong thing. Bear with me. Well, then we'll start reading Vestel. Give me 2 seconds to scroll down past the thing. So, I scrolled too far. Lovely, lovely. It's not like we're recording a video, friends. Let's just make all the mistakes while we kill in time. Vestel. Okay, so strangely, Ayumi Love has Vestel as an SS tier hero, and Hell Hades only has it as a 4 star. So I have no idea why. But either way, attacks. Let's read it and figure it out. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Before attacking, has 50% chance of removing all buffs from the target. That's nice. 100% to steal all buffs if this skill is not used on the champion's turn. Can't be resisted by a target whose attack is equal to or lower than the champion's. Okay, fine. Ignores 5% of defense for each buff, so we can make that hit reasonably hard. Attacks on enemy before attacking, place a 50% increased attack and 15% shatter on the champion to turn. Shatter, good. We'll ignore block damage and stone skill. Well, that seems like it's pretty solid for arena. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. If the target survives, fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%. That seems really nice. Really nice. 30% for everyone is a lot. 4 turn, which is kind of lame though. All right, attacks all enemies before attacking. 75% chance of 25% weaken on all enemies for 2 turns. Can't be resisted. Whatever. Ignore. 25% of each champion's defense is a lot. Extra hidden enemies whose attack is lower than the champion. So we just want to buff attack. Unkillable and counterattack on the champion for 2 turns. It's pretty solid. It's not bad at all. This is a 4 turn though, and that's only a 2 turn. I can see why. Student of Glaciad. Okay, well we have Glaciad. 50% chance to deal 100% more damage against enemies whose attack is equal to or lower than the champions. This champion receives 30% less damage from enemies whose attack is equal to or lower than the champions. Oh, okay. So if we can get this champion's attack high enough, it just does crazy, crazy things. So this seems like it's going to be at least really cool and fun to build with. So yeah, I'm not sad at Vestel. I am not going to take the extra chance and pull extra epics for Palace, even though I really, really, really want to. I'm going to be happy with my stuff here. All right, that's the video. This one was a quickie. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go do some arena and then I'm going to go up for my friend's birthday. So hopefully you had a great time. I'll see you soon. Epyre, epyre.com/snap. Get your own free new legendary Narma the Returned. You get Narma the Return, and then you're going to use the code RAID7 and get our good friend Pelops the Victor, and then you're going to get Ezio, and you're going to have the coolest new start ever. Peace.